My name's Hilary. I work for the My Wild City project in the My Wild City team here in Manchester, and what I'm going to do today is take you on a quick tour of some of my garden. I'm really lucky to have a garden, I know I am, especially during lockdown. It provided a source of sanity really, just being able to come out here and enjoy not only the greenery but to know that I'm sharing this space with some of Manchester's brilliant wildlife. Now obviously lots of the wildlife that share this space are tiny, and today I just want to talk a little bit about how I'm trying to encourage different sorts of insects into my garden, and you can do the same. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is this is a bit of a sunny, flowery bit of the garden, and in the spring, in April, at the start of lockdown actually, I planted some wildflower seeds that I got given last year, and I'm delighted that these are some of the flowers that came up. Now these, not looking at their best actually, they were probably at their best about a month ago, but they've been brilliant for bees, hoverflies, as always. So if you can get hold of some wildflower seeds and plant them next spring, I'd really recommend you to do that. Even if it's in a pot, you can see this is quite a small space. If you've got a sunny place that you can put a pot of seeds, do it and then see what comes to share it. Now, moving on, this tub here is actually a pond, and you can see it's a raised pond and it's absolutely tiny and it's full of plants. And this plant here is a native plant, it's called purple loosestrife, and it's always buzzing with insects. I'm back in the garden, in the long grass, with Sweetie the cat, but as well as the cat, keeping your grass long means that it provides shelter and water and potentially food for all sorts of creatures. You can see it's day, and you can see the grass is still wet, it holds the moisture, so it provides water for some of the creatures. And obviously if you're a slug, you'd be happy living down there, wouldn't you, rather than in the shorter cut grass. So it's an easy win really. Just let your grass, you can see the seeds heads of the grass are really pretty, and what we've done to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the garden is just mow a path down the middle. You can mow around the edge, mow a path, but leaving some bits long is a real help. We've also got some bushes. When you think about a jumping forest, it's just full of leaves. Think about your garden from insects. What might they need? Trees, bushes, open flowers. These sort of bushes here, this is a hazel, this is one of those twisty contour, but it's home. It not only provides home and a food source for some insects that eat the leaves, but of course there's lots and lots of shelter in there. In the thunderstorms, I think, that are due later today, creatures will be able to hide under here and keep out the way of the weather, won't they? Now moving down again, at the bottom of the garden I've got this. Fruit bushes, blackberries, raspberries, anything like that provide, the flowers earlier on in the summer provide a brilliant source pollinating insects, and then in the autumn I get a chance to eat the blackberry, and the ones I can't reach way up there, well, the birds can have them, so it's just a win-win, isn't it? In the other side of the garden you can see what's growing here, some nettles. Now yesterday I had to tie these back because they'd managed to spill out over the... People were complaining that they were getting stung. I was as well actually. So I've tied them up, but again they just started growing here. Their caterpillars grow on nettles. You can see the flowers here, they're just flowering at the moment. They're a really valuable wild plant. If you've got a space where you can leave nettles, just do it. But if you haven't, don't worry, there's lots of different things that we can do. If you just start thinking about your garden as a home for insects as well as yourself, then any one of these little things that I've been doing and the other things that I could do, you can do to do something. So the last thing I want to show you today is this little pile here. Most people have a bit at the bottom of their gardens where, you know, you just shove stuff, and I'm one of those people as well. But what I've done is I've made a little of wood. These are some twigs and prunings that I cut off a tree, but underneath are some bigger logs. I buried some. This is a bit of a shady spot and a brilliant home. Might come and eat other insects, which will help keep your garden healthy. You've got beetles, you've got millipedes, centipedes down here. So it's a different sort of habitat to the flowers that we saw at the start. I know this isn't the best wildlife garden, but what I'm doing is I'm just making a start and doing my best, and it'd be really good if you could do the same. We're losing our insects. We know there's a catastrophic loss of the insect population and they're vital to our lives. So go online. You can get hold for free of some advice on making your garden wild. It's called My Wild Garden. Go online today and make a start. That'd be brilliant. Thank you.